Welcome back, dear viewers. You're still watching Nile Cruise, dear viewers, and of course, as we mentioned, we are here, of course, at the Traditional Arts Crafts Center, and Egypt is rich in cultural heritage that can be traced from the remote prehistoric past through the various stages of world civilizations. Ancient Egypt's monuments link us to the past and make us aware of past human achievements. It is our duty to protect and preserve this heritage so that we and the future generations can share in this historical legacy of our predecessors, of course. And dear viewers, in this context, we have with us joining us today Dr. Sameh Adly. A very good day, sir. And Dr. Sameh is the head of the Egyptian Association for Protecting Heritage. Very good day, sir, and it's a pleasure to have you with us in today's episode of Nile Cruise.
Thank you.
Hello, sir. And first of all, how did you came with the idea of establishing this association?
This association established 7 years ago, and the main aim of this association is to preserve our heritage and to give just meals for the youth. It's easy to be digested for them. You know, the new generation is not like the old generation who likes to read and to search for knowledge. So we give them this kind of information about our heritage, about our culture. Who has no past has no future. And the new generation will be tomorrow the leaders of our society. So we make a lot of workshops for giving them some knowledge about the old heritage, the old handcrafts in Egypt. First, we make some visits to the historic sites like old Egyptian, Islamic, and Coptic. And after that, we make some workshops under the supervision of some of our artists and ask them to make whatever they can make from painting, from sculpture, imitating the old heritage they saw in these sites.
Sir, what is the scope of work of the association?
First, we make some conferences and we make some workshops. And as I told you, the youth is our main target. Sometimes we make some site visits and we have a lot of members in our associations, some of the artists, some of archaeologists, and some of the architects, to give them some brief information and to tell them how to survive, how to make a revival of our heritage.
Okay, sir, what are the main threats facing the Egyptian heritage?
The main threats are that the rhythm of our life is very fast, and people, they don't care about learning. They do care about working, having fun, not to search deeply and to see what's our heritage. And I'm very happy that I am in a very nice place. I'm as architect, I see that this is a wonderful place where modern is meeting with our heritage, with our culture, and we can see that we can make very good samples of modern architecture by the old themes and the techniques, like this place. And the architect of this place, I appreciate his efforts to make this place.
So can we say that the threat facing Egyptian heritage is technology?
Modernism. This is the most threat, and also the fast life that we live.
Sir, what are the forms of the most endangered heritage in Egypt?
I can say that the lack of knowledge how to preserve our heritage, and I know that the Ministry of Antiquities, they make a lot of efforts to preserve and to restore our heritage, but sometimes the housing that go fast nearby the historic and archaeological sites, some of them destroyed what our grandfather left for us. So this is a big problem. Also, we don't know what is the value of our heritage.
Sir, throughout the past 7 years of actually your association in work, what are the challenges that you faced?
We faced a lot of challenges, as I told you, the fast moving of the housing nearby the historical sites. We face also that the youth, we try to give them this knowledge. They are not interested as much as we
All
faced.
of them are not interested, or some
The
are
most
interested?
of them
and
are not
most
interested,
of
but
them?
in fact we succeed in making some new groups of people who are interested in artworks, and also we help the people who make some artifacts in old ways in Luxor and in Nagada. Maybe you didn't hear about this. Nagada is a place in Upper Egypt, in Kena Governorate, that making some weaving in the old techniques, what's so called Nile in Arabic. And we tried to make some marketing for them. You know that tourism is not as well as it was before. So we help them to continue making these products and these artifacts. Some people in Luxor who make some statues, a replica of old Egyptian statues, and this weaving, we help them to marketing their products in Egypt. We made some expo here in this place of the pottery, and also in some old sites like Taz Palace, Prince Taz Palace, and so on.
Sir, why don't you use the same language of the younger generation, which is now the devices? So why you don't promote the work and the teaching of these of this work through the devices?
In fact, the people who are teaching and supervising these people are from the old generation, and to have people from the middle between the old generation and the youth, it's not available every time. They have a lot of duties, works, and all the works of the association is voluntary work. But in fact, we start to make some links with them through the Facebook, through the media, to make just a connection with them. And anyway, we tried and failed in some fields, and we tried and we succeed in some fields. But anyway, our results, I can see that it's successful through a lot of what's so called products or whatever of our trainees. So it's not that bad, and we didn't reach our target, the most of our target yet.
Sir, could you tell us more about the joint cooperation you launched with the Supreme Council of Culture?
In fact, we have a very good, an excellent relation with the Supreme Council and the Ministry of Antiquities, also the Ministry of Culture, and we make some conferences in the Opera House, the Culture Center in the Opera House. We make also an annual conference in the Opera House about the heritage of each governorate in Egypt through the last 7 years. So we reached 7 governorates through the heritage of each governorate alone. And also the Ministry of Education, we make some lectures and some workshops in some schools with preparatory level, and it was successful.
What other organizations that you cooperate with?
We cooperate with another organization of musical revival of Said Darwish, and another association called El Mashrabiya. I don't know El Mashrabiya in English, but it's a window with,
Mashrabiya also.
it's a
It's
window
Mashrabiya.
with some wooden artifacts through making some what's so called cooperation in making photos of old palaces or all the historical sites and show people this through these exhibitions.
Dr. Sameh, over the past 7 years, since you created this association, what did you achieve actually?
In fact, we succeeded in catching some people from different aspects. Some of them are teachers.
Do you mean attracting?
Attracting, yes. Some people in, from university staffs, some artists, some people from different, aspects, and this help to make us spread all over the society. This is the most important achieves that we collect these people and try to make them as candles in the society.
Sir, how far the tourists are interested in this old traditional Egyptian work?
In fact, the tourists are adoring this, but as you know that the tourism now is not that successful like before. But in fact, they adore this thing. I went to all the touristic sites in Egypt, and I found once there is a group coming, they are like bees searching for artifacts. In fact, we as association, we are dealing with the people who make these artifacts to upgrade their products. You know, sometimes the old artifacts, day by day, they became very low in specs. So we gave them some photos of the good artifacts and how they making packing, good packing, how they make their products in a good appearance for the tourists.
Sir, how do you promote for your association?
A lot.
What's this lot?
In fact, we started to make another branch of our association in Alexandria, and we hope to make other
Where's
branches.
where is your main headquarters here in Cairo?
The headquarters are in Cairo, but we hope to make in all governorates some branches because it's very difficult for us in Cairo to go to Upper Egypt especially.
Of course.
And we hope that the next year we can make another branch in Luxor to be the first branch in Upper Egypt. This will help a lot to make our ideas spread all over Egypt.
Okay, sir, what are your dreams for the old traditional crafts of Egypt? What do you have in your mind to promote for it and to upgrade it, as you said?
In fact, I dream that we can export our artifacts. We started to export, not to export by the association, but to help exporting some of the traditional textiles from Nagada to England. by our help. I mean, we don't do the work by ourselves, but we help the artifact makers to export their products abroad. And I hope that we stop getting from China any replica of our artifacts. We hope that we do ourselves by ourselves. This is our tradition, this is our heritage, and we have to do it by ourselves and export by ourselves to all the countries abroad.
What are your future plans, sir?
As I told you, to make many branches. This is number one. Number two, we hope that the youth, we help them to get this knowledge, to be in charge in some places, that they can complete what we started.
Well, Mr. Sameh Adly, head of the Egyptian Association for Protecting Heritage, thank you very much for joining us.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
And now we're moving to a song which is called Watan, so please stay tuned.